Good morning, YouTube. So with today's video, I'm gonna give you the best of the Hugo Boss Bottle lineup. The flankers. You know, this brand, I really do enjoy a lot of their offerings. Do I like the brand itself? Well, like, we got a bit of a history, you know, because they ended up taking down my Instagram back in the new year. Great way to start off 2023, I tell you, but you know what? Hey, if it wasn't my fault, yeah, maybe a little bit, but Hugo Boss is a petty bitch in my opinion, but I'm still gonna talk about their fragrances. In this video here, this lineup will all be in numerical order. I do have 9 bottles, that's all I got. I wish I had 10 to make it a top 10, but I believe that there's like either 12 to 14 flankers. I don't have them all, but number 9 is gonna be Boss Bottled United. This stuff here is nothing new, it's nothing original. None of these really are, except for like the last one, right? But this stuff is mass appealing, very commercial, very easy to wear. This stuff here has a really nice Granny Smith-like apple, or just like a green apple. It's got vetiver, it's got ozonic notes, a beautiful blood orange, that like a blood orange citrus, I should say. I'm getting, you know what? The nervous energy is coming up because you never know, Hugo Boss might take this video down. I'm playing with you. But it does have a really nice, juicy blood orange note. But there's also mint. This is like a minty, fruity, citrusy, woody scent. Some of these fragrances here, they might smell the same in all honesty. So you don't need all of these, but it has a really nice mint and blood orange along with that green apple combination. Perfect for the spring and summertime, very casual. I think that you can wear this to work. In my opinion, this would be a great school scent. This came out in 2018 for World Cup. I don't know if Hugo Boss had a partnership with FIFA, but it was actually like the World Cup fragrance, you know, united, you know, we're united as one, you know, during World Cup, soccer, football, whatever you want to call it. I do not care for the sport. I hate soccer in all honesty. So I know that there's going to be a few more dislikes as usual because I just stated that. But I'm united with people. I'm united with the cause. I'm united with humanity. This fragrance here is not one of my favorites. Is it a good scent? It's not bad. Again, spring, summertime, longevity ranges anywhere from 5 to 6 hours. Fragrance number 8. This is a great spring and fall fragrance, but I would say it's a little bit more mature. It has like a little bit of an old school vibe to it. That's gonna be Boss Bottled Night. This has woods, violet, it's got lavender, but also musk. What this kind of smells like, in all honesty, you know, it's like a modern day gray flannel in some aspect. I have not smelled gray flannel since like 2014, 2015, and it just kind of reminds me of that. But this fragrance here does have loads of lavender, very fresh. It's got like a little bit of a fougere quality to it, and it definitely does have that violet. The violet does add that powdery nuance. If you don't like powdery fragrances, this is one that you're probably not going to like. Even though that it does have night in the name, you could wear this during the daytime. Again, it does have that mature component with like the lavender, the violet, and that musk. But you can wear this to work. You know, if you're a college student, more college than high school than anything, you could wear this to school. But I just find that this would be a great office fragrance, you know, for the everyday guy. Someone who doesn't want a lot of fragrances in their collection and who just wants a good few fragrances in their arsenal. That's not gonna break the bank. Because this ranges anywhere from like $40 to $60 Canadian. That's, you know, that's good bang for your buck. And longevity is pretty solid too, with about 6 to 8 hours. Fragrance number 7. This actually, when this came out, I believe in 2017, it didn't really get a lot of love, but it's a pretty solid scent. Boss Bottled Tonic. Great for the spring and summertime. It's fresh, it's clean, there's definitely that apple note, but it also does have citruses. It's got like cardamom or nutmeg or cinnamon, something like that, but it also has vetiver. It's a fresh, clean, warm, spicy, fruity scent with some woods as in the background. I would say that the woods is going to be like the backbone to this scent here. And I also, in some ways, get a little bit of like a lavender sort of component. Now, I don't know if lavender is in it, but it is like a clean, fresh, aromatic type of scent that's just great casual. School, you could wear it to work. For me, this is a perfect young man's fragrance. High school, college, you know, just everyday casual, white t-shirt and jeans. But if you want to wear this with a suit and tie to work, you can. It's mass appealing, easy to wear, and it's not going to offend anybody. Longevity is about 4 to 5 hours. Fragrance number 6. This just never really caught on in Fragcom. Came out in 2011 or 2012. So it's a little bit of an older fragrance, but that's going to be Boss Bottled Sport. This has lavender, it's got citruses, and it also has something unusual, something that's not all that common in perfumery, aldehydes. Throw in some cardamom along with some vetiver and voila. It's a very fresh, aromatic, aldehydic. Aldehydes are very much there. I would say the citruses and the aldehydes are the main takeaways. Then it would be like the lavender and like the woods, like a spicy, woody nuance. You know, it's more aldehydes and fresh than anything than like spicy and woody. Longevity, not the best. It's a sports scent, ranges anywhere from 3 to 4 hours. It's best for like summertime or high heat. You can wear it in the springtime if you want, and it's just casual. Sport, you can wear it to the gym if you want to, or if you want to wear it to a sporting event, but you could also wear this to work and school. To me, it is ageless. And this one, like, these are pretty much, a lot of these fragrances here are discontinued. You could still get this here and there for about 50 to 60 bucks. They used to go for like as low as 25 though, but top 5, number 5 is gonna be Boss Bottled Unlimited. This is a great spring and summer scent. It's green, it's fruity, it's aromatic as hell because it's got violet leaf, it's got some citruses, it's got a very juicy, bright pineapple. And the pineapple itself does not give this like an Aventus vibe at all, okay? And it's also got like a really green minty vibe as well. And there's also a little bit of cinnamon and musk. This, to me, kind of is like a sport fragrance. There's something sporty about this. Fresh, clean, green, very aromatic. That mint and that pineapple will leave that pep, will give you that pep to your step. You know, when it's really hot, this will make you feel pretty good. You know, you could wear this to work, but for me, it's school and it's casual. White t-shirt and jeans. If you want to wear this to the gym, by all means, just ease up on the applications because it's not as sporty as this one here. It's not as fresh, if you will. And longevity is going to be about 4 to 5 hours. Let's get into the heavy hitters, shall we? Number 4 is discontinued, but I believe it's still on FragranceNet right now. I might be wrong, but I ended up getting my bottle off of FragranceNet, and that's going to be Boss Bottled Saffron Oud, or Oud Saffron. I get the name wrong, but this is just a very smoky, woody, like rosy, spicy scent. There's only 4 notes. It's got like oud, saffron, it's got ladamum, so just rosy, oudy, ambery, and smoky. Nothing groundbreaking, nothing different. You know, it smells like a lot of the other rose-based oud fragrances out there, but maybe with a little bit more saffron. The saffron is warm. See, for me, I'm not a big oud lover. This is done to perfection. It's commercial, that's why. Now, if you don't like oudy fragrances, this is one that you might want to smell before you blind buy. Just get a decant. You can get one off of myfragrancesamples.com or decantboutique.com, either or. I'm not sponsored, but do check them out. That's where I ended up getting my decant before I ended up pulling the plug on this. But this stuff is just grown and sexy. It's masculine, it's sophisticated, it's classy, but at the same time, it has a bit of an edge to it. The rose itself is there. That's what adds that gentlemanly quality to it. But like the saffron, the ladamum, that ambery feel with the oud just gives it that edge. Like, this is a suit and tie and a tuxedo fragrance. but because of that edge, it gives it that bad boy feel. So you could wear this with a black tee, I would play it safe with a leather jacket. Definitely very versatile. It's signature scent worthy. So if you're a gentleman with a bit of an edge to it, this is something that I definitely think that you should look into. And longevity is one of the best performing fragrances in this list. This is like 8 to 10 hours, fall and winter. Fragrance number 3 is going to be Boss Bottled Oud. This is very different than this one here. This is pretty much just like the original Hugo Boss Bottled with Oud. That's pretty much it. This is very commercial, very mass appealing. This one is more challenging than this one here. So if you are looking to get into Oud, I would say go with this one, as it's just easier to wear. But it definitely does have the saffron, the cinnamon, it's got cloves, apple, it's like a Granny Smith apple, oud, of course, labdanum with, like, I don't know if it's ebony tree, cedar, but there's definitely that woody nuance in the background. So just ambery, woody, warm, spicy with that fruity apple to make it easy to wear. Fantastic. I know that my buddy Cubano does not like this one. I don't know why. I really truly don't. I think it's an amazing fragrance for like the everyday guy who doesn't want a lot of fragrances in their collection. If you want something that's perfect for the fall and winter time, that's very versatile and signature scent worthy with decent longevity, this is like 7 to 9 hours, I would definitely look into this one here. Get a sample, you know, My Fragrance Samples, Decant Boutique, Decant Shop, wherever you can find it, because this is discontinued as well. I don't know if they still sell this at like the Hudson's Bay Company or at Macy's. I really don't know. So just, if they do, smell it out there. If they don't, get a decant. But this here is just phenomenal. Fragrance number 2 is going to be Boss Bottled Intense. What is this fragrance like? It's very much like the original Boss Bottled that came out in 1998. This one here is just maybe a little bit more deeper, a little bit more denser, and it's very much like the name itself, more intense. And this does last longer than the original. On most people, I think that this lasts like about 7 to 9 hours. The original lasts, I think it's like 5 to 7. But for me, I get like 9 to 10. I don't know if this is the eau de parfum, because there isn't like an eau de parfum concentration for the intense. I wouldn't be surprised. I can't read the bottom because my eyes are too, like, they're weak. As you get older, you need glasses, and I don't have glasses yet. But this just has that vanilla. It's got the woods, that Granny Smith apple, cinnamon, cloves, and so on. Very much like the original. More deeper, a little thicker, great for the fall, spring, and I do think that you can wear this in the wintertime compared to the original. Because it's just deeper and denser, this I could see definitely wearing in the wintertime. And unfortunately with this one here, it's discontinued. This is harder to come by. You know, a lot of people prefer this one over the original. I can understand why, I really truly can. And this came out in 2015. This got so much hype when Jeremy Fragrance ended up talking about this one, including like George the Fragrance Apprentice. One of the best channels out there. Shout out to George the Fragrance Apprentice. Like one of the most original guys when it comes to content. I can't be that original. I wish I could, but I'm not that creative. But yeah, at number 2, Boss Bottled Intense. And number 1 shouldn't be no surprise. The original Boss Bottled. I know that a lot of people would say this should be number 1. I get you. But for me, you just can't beat the original. Just the original guy who started the entire craze when it comes to all these crazy ass releases. I think it's time that Hugo Boss become like, just kind of like, maybe slow down on these releases, because there's just way too much, as you can tell. But this just has that cinnamon, it's got the apple, it's got cloves, sandalwood, and what makes this one just maybe a little bit different than this one here is that it does have that plum note. The plum is really, really nice. When this came out in 1998, it was kind of like revolutionary back then. That's 25 years ago. Hugo Boss is still selling this. You could still get this at Macy's, at the Hudson's Bay Company, for heaven's sakes. Would I spend retail on these? No, because you can get this for about like $40 to $60 Canadian online. You could probably get it a little bit less. Just shop around. But for me, you can't go wrong. This is for the everyday guy. Someone who doesn't mind perhaps smelling like someone else on the train, in the same room, who just doesn't give a shit. I don't care if there's like another 3 or 4 guys wearing the same fragrance. I'm not that insecure, for heaven's sakes, okay? Just everyday dudes, they don't care. Fragsters, I'm a fragster, but I'm not like super passionate, like shit, like I need something different. I'm just not. This is not different. Longevity on my skin, 7 to 9 hours. This 8+, but for a lot of people, I think it's like 5 to 6. But for me, the original is definitely the best. Guys, that's it. That is the 9 best flankers. I wish I had more because like, there's definitely some other good ones out there, like the Parfum. I'm drawing a blank because there's way too many. Like the one that I just can't stand is the Boss Bottled Aromatic. Shout out to Dimitri because you've spent money on that dribble and I don't know why, buddy. I don't know why. I will see you in July when I go to Montreal, but shit. Yeah, no, you can keep that. I don't want it. But guys, any reviews that I've done on these fragrances, they will all be down in the description box below if you want something a little bit more detailed. And because this is Hugo Boss, why don't you check out the smell and rate that I did with my wife here, and just whatever pops up right here. And if you like this very video, leave me one of these. Thank you for your time, take care, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.